Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our humble monthly review and giveaway series, where today I'll be waking you up when September ends. Actually, that was a couple of months ago, but you know what? You knew what you were getting into when you left me in charge of the snooze button. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the American Red Cross as the selected charity for the September 2016 bundle. They provide disaster relief for all kinds of crises in communities around the world by providing shelter, food, and emotional support during what is quite possibly the most difficult and trying times a person can go through. And they're able to provide these wonderful services by donations from people like us. If you'd like to know more about them or consider donating to their cause, links will be included in the description below. Now without further ado, the games that we received in the bundle for September 2016 are the existentially terrific psychological horror SOMA, the artfully crafted masterpiece The Banner Saga, the I'm a Man and I'm Wearing Spandex Simulator WWE 2K16, the nuclear family experience Sheltered, the storybook typer Epistory typing Chronicles, and the distilled essence of being a shitty person Town of Salem. Of course, the bundle always costs us $12 a month, which is about $2 a game. This means that this month managed to save between $122.94 and $38.69, depending on what sales were going on at the time. It's worth noting, however, that a couple of the games felt a bit overpriced, so the pride that comes with nailing a good deal can be dampened a little bit by that. For instance, I personally felt like I only saved around $90, which isn't quite as much as $122.94, but it's still pretty damn good. In gameplay, our little collection of games seemed to rise to the occasion for the most part, save for one particularly weak experience where the difficulty was off the charts and most mechanical aspects of the game were just far too poorly implemented to be anything resembling a good time. With an average of 7.5, the bundle earned a solid B with 3 titles below it, though that one bad experience was what sinks it the hardest. In value, the bundle performs just a tad bit weaker with 6.5 out of 10, which is the equivalent of a B-. I can't of course see much value in a game that was so fundamentally unenjoyable on even the simplest of levels, but what knocks this score even further down is the inclusion of a free-to-play game. While the game itself was fun to play and scored well in the previous category, the fact that everyone already pretty much has access to it without the purchase of the bundle doesn't feel particularly good. The other 4 games managed to score higher than average, which means that despite its weaknesses, there's a fair bit of variety and interest spread among the games. All of them feel like strong titles on their own, and none of them tread too deeply into experiences we've seen within this one or in the recent past to make them feel stale. With a composite average score of 7 out of 10, the bundle for this month earns an overall grade of a lower B, which seems to fit my overall final feelings on it upon reflection. It's got a lot of brilliant titles to be excited over, a lot of new things to try out, and consists of games that will undoubtedly get you engrossed in them. But one sour grape in a game whose free-to-play status essentially makes it a stocking stuffer holds it back just a bit. Still, the bundle does a good job at accomplishing what it sets out to do. Now, something that may or may not give the bundle a little extra polish in your eyes are the extras that they've included for us this time around, which are surprisingly actually really interesting. Wow, so that was 3 adverbs in a row. We got the first chapter of a really cool narrative-driven adventure game in the sneak peek demo of The Uncertain, Episode 1, The Last Quiet Day. It definitely has its flaws, the most impactful of which is its pacing, but I don't think I can say that the story itself isn't mysterious enough to pique almost anyone's interest. Then we have the humble original for September of 2016, which is the time-bending, space-altering puzzle game named Spoolside. It's a little experimental and a little maddening, but maybe that's just what it feels like to have your mind melt in your head. It seems to be pretty open-ended with a lot of different little stories and endings that never quite come to a conclusion, so it's great to just relax and poke around in its strange, strange world. The games I'm giving away this month are SOMA and 1 game from the core 6 of your choosing, so be sure to take a look at the rules in the description below for details on how to win it, and leave me an answer to the following question. If you could be a famous wrestler, what would your stage name, signature move, and interest music be? I think I'd be the Punisher, and my signature move would be cracking a bunch of bad jokes while running away to wear down their stamina until they finally tap out into submission. My entrance music would just be a kazoo rendition of the Rocky theme. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to give my content a shot, and I truly hope that you've enjoyed it. This month was a mighty oak tree, but we've managed to chop through it. And now we're saying September. Actually, I'm just the one saying that. Anyway, until next time, remember that failure is not the worst case scenario, so glow on with your bad selves, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Stay awesome.